Oop.
3D in sync thoracic matrix type 2. Same progression. You're going to start with RXX position. The driver is a left hand. Okay. Left rotation at shoulder height. It's a reach, obviously. Right hand. Left lateral flexion at overhead. The action is a reach. Go ahead and do that for me a couple times. So give me a good RXX position. I want you to really show them that. There you go. Right leg is forward, neutral in the frontal plane, transverse plane neutral. All right, let's go ahead and reach. Left arm back. There you go. Type 2 thoracic motion. Same direction. Nate is laterally flexing to the left and rotating to the left. His position of his right leg forward has his pelvis already rotated to the left. And then go ahead. And as he drives his arms, his pelvis will rotate even further. Go ahead and do it again for me. There you go. Get lateral flexion. Nice job. I would have to soften his knees up a little bit, just because I know that's going to take out to help the back out a little bit. Come on back. You don't have to hold position. Bend your knees a little bit, and then reach forward. Bam. Get that set. There you go. Get that nice motion. What you want to do is have it come together and come on back. Nice fluid motion. Again, pelvis rotates. Thoracic spine rotates the same direction in sync. All right. Then our progression number 2 is our right anterior lunge and holds. And there you go. There you go. Left arm, same is our driver. Left rotation, reach. Right hand, lateral, left lateral overhead is the reach. It's the same thing motion. Go ahead, come on up. So when you look at this, go ahead again. Good. This is progression number 2. This is our dynamic. Actually, I'm sorry. Progression number 2. You're not going to lunge. You're going to stay in the lunge position. Okay. So go ahead into the lunge position and rotate. So we'll go through it again. Left arm, rotate left. Right arm, over. Bam. Come on back. Now we're going to have. I didn't say anything about the knee touching. So I just want you in the lunge position. It's a static lunge position. It's going to be training the legs as it is. Go ahead and give me a couple. So just because I know Nate works some legs today, we're going to work them a little bit more. Good. Come on back. So again, right down to the vertical documentation, it tells us everything that we need to do with the hands and arms. Good. Nate, why don't you go ahead. Progression number 3 is go into the lunge and do the same hand position. Yeah. Type 2. Lateral flexion to the left. Go ahead and continue. Lateral flexion to the left. Rotation to the left. And then incorporating the lunge. That's your thoracic matrix in sync motion. Now we're going to go over out of sync motion. Okay, so type 1 Nate, you're going to start with RXX position. Same flow. The driver is the left arm. Right rotational at shoulder height. Nope, you got to go right through that same progression. All right, so here, left rotational at shoulder height. Right is the reach, right arm, left lateral and overhead. Okay. Now he's going to go ahead and go through a few motions for me. So this is type 1 again. Okay. So he's laterally flexing to the left, rotating to the right, opposite directions. Now what makes this out of sync motion is that his pelvis is positioned forward by his right leg. But now he's rotating his thoracic spine to the right. So his pelvis is rotated to the left while his thoracic spine is going to the right. That's out of sync motion. Now we're going to skip the progression of the lunge hold because the arm motions are all the same, and we're going to go right into your lunge as you do this motion and come on. There you go, good. There you go. And I might have him do it again. I'm going to have him do it again. I might have him reach a little bit more over his head. I want to get a little bit more lateral flexion, so I can drive him a little bit. I can say, go ahead, lunge, and really reach through your right hand. Touch my hand, touch my hand. Good, come on up. If I wanted more, if he wasn't getting enough rotation, go ahead and lunge again. I would have him reach with this hand. I would pull him. I would drive him. I got to drive him where I want him to go. if he's just rotating, he's not getting a lateral flexion, we're not doing the exercise, so we have to drive him a little bit more. That's with my hands, or give him other cueing that's going to create the reaction. That's all about tweakology. But one more time for me. So the pelvis, try to come up, try to stay off that knee. I like that lunge to be dynamic. There you go, to accelerate. So that pelvis is going to the left, thoracic spine is going to the right, out of sync motion. Going on to the back side to the 3D out of sync motion, thoracic matrix number 2. So we're going to assume our RXX position. We're going from the top, the first progression. Right arm, you're going to right rotate at shoulder height. Sorry, you were absolutely right. Good stoop. Alright, so he rotated to the right. Right arm is a reach. Left arm, right lateral and overhead. There you go. Perfect. Rotated to the right, laterally flexed to the right. RX position, position this pelvis anteriorly. Now one thing we have, now you can see that he's sinking into his pelvis a little bit, so I want to make sure I create proper reaction and get him moving through his thoracic spine, and he doesn't compensate through his hips. So if we're here, and we make sure that he puts weight on his front leg, then we get the motion through here. You just got to be aware, you come up out of that, be aware of the low back. Make sure the motion comes from the mid-back and not twisting from the low back. And those are the things that we can cover on our one-day seminar, but that's what you have to pay attention to. You got to have the right motion in the right places. You got to have stability here, while you have mobility and obviously stability in the trunk. You got to have it all happen in mobile stability. So let's go ahead and name. We're going to go down to the final progression, XXX position, neutral. You're going to, right foot is your driver. Your action is the interior, your triangulation is the interior, the action is lunge. So we're basically going to do lunge forward. And you're going to take your right hand, rotate at shoulder height, very good. Left hand, right lateral and overhead. Perfect. And then come back up. There you go. Do that again for me. Nice work. There you go. Good. So again, with the lunge, it drives the pelvis into to the left rotation while he's rotating the thoracic spine to the right. You come back up. So that's 3D out of sync thoracic matrix type 2. Good luck with this one. It's a tough one, but we'll cover more in depth.